Hey folks, it's Colin here from Sparing Outdoors, and I'm going to do a little review on the Highlander Hawk Bivi bag, or the Highlander Hawk sleep system. Now, I've only field tested this once, and I think it's given me enough of an idea to give you a fairly comprehensive review of this little pack, or of this little bag, sorry. Now, I used this in Ireland about 2 weeks ago, just at the end of autumn there, and it wasn't actually freezing. It was a couple of notches above freezing, so it wasn't actually freezing, but it was drizzling a bit. So it gave me a fairly good idea of how this wee bag will work. I could have used it in worse conditions, but it's given me enough of an idea from them conditions to review it, I think, fairly fair. Now we'll start with the wee bag. It comes in a wee elasticated drawcord bag. It's a wee Ripstop bag, so it's a tough little bag. The bag, the wee pack itself, is it's about 37 centimeters long by about 10 to 12 centimeters wide, so it's fairly compact. And you could probably use a compression sack and make it more compact if you want. It's 950 grams in weight, so it's not overly heavy. And it's probably a good option if you want to go on a minimalistic camp without having to take a tent. So it's fairly good that way. So that's all pluses, I think, anyway. So what I'll do now is I'll open out the bag and lay it on the floor here and show you through all the features and talk you through my experience from it that I had from the field test. So that's the bag opened out. And as you can see, it's quite a large bag. It's 2.5 meters long by 90 centimeters wide, and that has a 50 centimeter breadth. So you'll fit in that bag, not a bother. A tall, large person will be able to use this bag with no issues at all. And there's still plenty of room to put a roll mat inside it if you wish. Or again, you can lie on it, a roll mat, rather without putting it inside if you want that little bit extra room. And as you can see beside it there is a mosquito / midge net that you can use instead of having the full face waterproof cover. You can take it off and stick on the midge net, and obviously let more air and a bit more freshness in around you, and it'll still keep the nasties out of the bag so you won't get bit as well. But as I just used it with a full waterproof face cover on, just so it wouldn't get wet, and it keeps the nasties out anyway. The bag's actually made from an AB-TEX Trimax Polyester Ripstop laminate, which pretty much means it's a fairly waterproof bag, it's fairly breathable, and it's fairly tough. Now it has a rating of 5,000 hydrostatic head, which is a pretty good rating, even for a tent and for a bag, so it's a fairly high rating. I generally personally wouldn't use anything, and tents are generally under 2,500, so it's a pretty good rating, I think anyway. So we'll go down a little bit closer to it and show you a wee bit more. So as you can see, the zips are all sealed, and every zip on this particular bag is a two-way zip system, which is also very handy to have. So that's the bag and that's the zips. Now we're going to open the bag up and show you inside. So that's the bag opened out. So this is the top half of the bag, and as you can see, it's all taped seams, obviously to stop the water going inside the bag. And if we move up to the two hood covers, so this is the waterproof hood cover, and again it has your adjustable toggle, and it has your wire so you can bend it and mold it to whatever way you want when you're in the bag for your own comfort. And the mosquito net is exactly the same. It has your toggle for adjusting, and it has the wire inside that you can bend it whatever way to suit your need for more comfort. So I'm going to zip it back up and put on the mosquito net. So that's the bag there with the mosquito / midge face guard on and the waterproof face guard off. So just to give you an idea what it looks like with it on and off. So I'm just going to give you a summary here now of the whole bag, and that'll be pretty much the review done then. That's it now, guys. That's the bag back in its carry bag. This little bag here retails at £75 sterling, but again, if you look and scour the internet, you'll probably pick it up for £15 to £20 cheaper on certain sites. And I would have no problem recommending this bag to anyone at that sort of price range. And I've used many of these types of Bivi bags over the years, and I can safely say this one here is definitely right up there with the best of them, in my opinion. Now again, people are probably sitting thinking, well, I've only used it in one field test, but you sort of get the feel when you're out using that one field test that you know the quality's there, and it did everything I needed. It seems well made, it's tough, it kept me dry. Okay, it was only drizzling, but there was very little to no condensation in, which sometimes happens in certain bags. It kept me warm, but again, I used my winter sleeping bag and a fairly decent roll mat, and it's obviously compact and light, which is very good for minimalistic camps. Again, you need to have the right gear when you're using bivy bags as well. If you're going out to use them, as a minimalistic camp, you want to have the right gear that will complement the bag to make the whole system work. So at winter there, I was using obviously a winter sleeping bag with a good roll mat in this bivy bag, and I was snug as a bug. Again, if you use the wrong sleeping bag, you're going to have an uncomfortable night. Again, if you're just using this as an emergency system, and you hadn't got a sleeping bag or that, and you're just carrying this in your bag and your backpack, it'll probably still keep you warm and that, but you'll be uncomfortable. But definitely a good buy at that. In my description, I will leave you a wee list of all the features of this bag. I will leave you a link to 2 videos. One video is the actual camp that I used this on, and the other video is about a video I did years ago about the different types of sleeping bag, or different types of bivy bags. That'll give you an idea. If you are going to buy this one or other ones, it gives you an idea what sort of bivy bag you want to suit your needs and their pros and cons of them all. So hopefully this was a little, give you a little help and understanding into this particular bag if you're going to buy it, and I hope it helped you with your review if you want to buy it or not. So thanks for watching, guys. Go check out the links. It'll help you more and understanding more of the types of these bivy bags and things. So thanks for watching, folks.